in the game.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 pounds. He trains with a hit squad out of Charleston, Illinois. Please welcome the King of the Cage, lightweight champion of the world, Clay French.
There he is, Clay French, sporting a mixed martial arts record of 14-2 and a solid record at that. He's displayed great cardio in the cage. He can go the distance. He can KO his opponent. He's a very dangerous fighter, and that's why he is in the position he is. A lightweight champion here at King of the Cage. He's beaten Buddy Clinton twice. He's beaten Mac Danzig. He's just about destroyed everything in the lightweight division. And tonight, Jason Ireland will get his crack at the title as he takes on Clay French. Like you said, his wrestling skills are no joke.
Yeah, this is true world-class wrestling skills. His stand-up is much improved. The guy has tons of heart, comes in condition. He's a tough one to contend with at 155.
And one of his losses, one of his 2 losses, was at Pride, where he was thrown into the Lions. I mean, the guy, it was his first debut. He was nervous, and he lost that fight. But unfortunately, look at him now. I mean, you learn from those fights, and you take it like a grain of salt, and now he's a lightweight champion. So it's just amazing to see Clay French learn from his mistakes and move on from there. And thus far, he's on a huge win streak right now. But to destroy some of the top guys in the world, get bitch slapped right now to wake up.
He's ready to fight. He's prepared. He's ready to go. It's on.
He's one of the humblest guys in this sport, too. I mean, after he wins, he's like a little kid when he smiles, and just excited for the opportunity that Terry Trebilcock Jr. has given him.
All right, David, we're going over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. We're going to have a nice big fight. When you're ready, touch gloves, come out and speak with the KC.
Herb Dean, our ref for this matchup in the lightweight division, as the lightweight title is on the line. This is going to be an explosion of fist.
Clay French coming out, immediately gets a shot, immediate takedown right into the guard. See what that Jason Ireland Jiu-Jitsu looks like. Clay French trying to pass.
Clay French will continue to work from the full guard here as he continues to gain position into the half guard.
And that's a good recovery there by Jason Ireland. There's a veteran going to high guard, going immediately to triangle. Now, these wrestlers aren't the easiest guys in the world to triangle. Clay French is super strong, but that looks like he has a chance to finish that. That's in there nice and deep. He can switch those hips around. He's going to be in trouble here.
Now this is also going to be impressive on Clay French's part if he breaks out of this, because that is pretty deep, especially when they start cranking down the elbows and he gets out of it. And that's what you're talking about, the wrestling skills that Clay French possesses. He's a Class A wrestler, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're so used to being in that position. They're so used to having stuff squeezed on their head. And they've been doing this their whole entire life. It's different for these guys.
I think the fans obviously think that he can't get out of it, but when you're Clay French and you've been through as much wrestling, practice as he has, it's not really a big deal to him.
Clay French is working to get that pass. He's back in half guard right now, working to pass all the way, delivering some punishment. When you look at the difference between Clay French's punches and everything else we've seen tonight, he has bad intentions behind every one of those punches.
He's swinging to kill you.
Jason Ireland doing a good job of defending that half guard, trying to work his way out of it, but it's not the easiest thing in the world when you got a top-notch wrestler on top of you like that. It's funny, at the beginning of the fight, he kind of just casually came out, threw some punches, And he had no idea he was going to spend the next 4 minutes getting bashed on his back.
And, you know, to Clay French's credit, he's never taken an easy fight. I mean, this guy is always fighting the best of the best. Like I said, Mac Danzig. He's also fought Buddy Clinton and defeated him twice. And tonight he takes on Jason Ireland. This guy never even gets a rest as champion, as some champions do get a rest. You know, this guy has not even got time to breathe, and he's constantly taking on top contenders.
And immediately goes to the back, switches positions, doing a really good job of switching positions, has one hook in, and he's riding a little bit high. Jason Ireland gets his hips up, but then he gets flattened out by Clay French, and that's a bad spot. Clay French going to work with those hooks, and there's not much that Jason Ireland can do. He needs to get to his knees and get his belly up off of there. Clay French going in for the rear naked choke at this point right now. Needs to soften him up a little bit more, but we're in all kinds of trouble here. Jason Ireland's in danger of having this fight stop. He needs to figure out some way to get himself off of the mat at this point.
This is obviously going to be a huge win for Clay French because his last fight was controversial. It went to decision, then it went to cut. Nobody really thought that he deserved the title back from Buddy Clinton. But tonight he's displaying why he's a champion in the lightweight division as he continues to ground his pound his way through another victory, hopefully, with Jason Ireland here.
Clay French is working that left hand from both sides, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to open up that neck. Jason Ireland needs to get up. He needs to push up, maybe defend, not defend as much, but needs to get his knees back underneath him because he'll stay here the entire round if he doesn't do anything.
And I'll tell you what, Herb Dean giving Ireland every chance. I mean, it's like, that's the great thing about Herb Dean. He knows the strengths of Ireland. He knows how much Ireland can take. And that's, you know, one of the best refs in the business. Not stopping it too early, but still stopping it enough time for the safety of the fighter.
Jason Ireland just getting punished right here and doing absolutely nothing to try and get out of this. Doing absolutely nothing.
Clay French constantly trying to soften his opponent up here.
Herb's going to step in and stop this thing. And it's done. It's over with. Herb Dean, that's it. It's finished.
Clay French is kind of like, what's going on? Why are you stopping?
Oh, that must be a warning to hitting to the back of the head.
Didn't see that.
Wow, this is a stand-up. There is a horrible position. I thought this fight was over. And immediately goes low kick, and Clay French takes him down, just smashes him. Again, Jason Ireland, with all that experience, you think you need to know that you need to stay away from this kid. Get your punches off, keep your distance. You throw one leg kick, boom, Clay French is following you in, and you're taking yourself down.
You're most prone to getting taken down with the leg kick.
With the leg kick, I mean, it really has more to do with the distance than the kick. You know, if you can keep your distance and move away, that's the thing about the leg kick, is you can't keep that distance once you throw that kick.
Right here.
1, 2, boom, keeps coming forward, Clay French takes you down. You need to go 1, 2, back off, change an angle, and get out of there.
Tell you what, he's a very tough opponent to beat. He's displayed that thus far, but like I said, their last fight with Buddy Clinton, the last two fights, it was controversial. A lot of people thought the fight was stopped too soon. Then there was a doctor stoppage. This is a fight that could definitely change the minds of the fans with Clay French and know that this guy is the true lightweight champion for a reason. Just wasn't thrown in there.
Well, with takedowns like that, there's a reason why he's here.
Guys like Tim Sylvia, I can't really say much for. Always winning by decision, but that's a great takedown by Clay French again.
Again, but Clay French threw a combination punch there to get back into that position. And you know, Jason Ireland needs to get on his bike. He needs to move. He can't stand in front of this kid. This kid's going to smash you. He's going to take you down, and there's absolutely nothing you can do.
If you're Jason Ireland, the best way strategically to win this fight is probably going for the knockout, but even when he goes for the knockout, he gets taken down. And if you're going to try and submit Clay French, you better make sure you submit him because you're going to waste a lot of energy.
There you go. Create distance, and he's just not doing that. You know, he could pick Clay French apart. If he just established that jab, established that distance, make Clay take a long distance shot instead of being so close and just sucking those legs up, He's going to be here all night. And this is a long night with Clay French on top of you.
And Ireland obviously not keeping the gap open because Clay French is closing the gap constantly. There's like never a gap anytime you stand up. Clay French very comfortable down in this position, obviously, as he works continuously from the full guard.
Clay French going into half guard now, working for that pass. It's a bad spot for Jason Ireland again. He needs to get away from that fence. He needs to create some space, at least to get his jiu-jitsu off, if nothing else. He's getting absolutely no offense off right now. Clay going body. 3 punches to the body, and those things adds up. That's just money in the bank right there. He gets a little tap from that back fist from Jason Ireland from the bottom.
You can see some similarities between Clay French and Matt Hughes. The wrestling abilities, I mean, it's just so clean. The takedowns, they're not sloppy.
Yeah, there's no indecisiveness with this kid. You know, he's done that so many times. He knows what he's doing, and he's fully committed. And he's not going to stop till you're on your back.
And not even an arm gets in the way of his opponent, like trying to stop the takedown. Because the opponents aren't that stupid.
And there he goes into full mount again. Jason Ireland recovers a single leg back into half guard, but he was in trouble there. But Jason Ireland has a little bit of space to work now. Back into the mount. Jason Ireland giving up his back. Needs to work. He can't stay there. Gets flattened out. He needs to get some work done. He needs to get back, either give up mount or do something. But this is a bad spot for him.
And we've seen what happened earlier with this position. Herc Dean almost stopped the fight. Jason Ireland not really doing anything. He's just covering up. Just because you're covering up doesn't mean you're technically protecting yourself. If you're just sitting there not trying to get out, not trying to get out of the dangerous position you're in, then obviously Herc Dean is going to stop the fight. He's taking some heavy leather right now on the ground.
Yeah, he's just getting smashed. He's better off in this position here and just having to defend the choke than he was just getting bashed from belly down.
And it was because of those heavy hands that were being thrown by Clay is why Ireland is in the position he is right now, as he continues to get softened up by Clay French.
Yeah, Clay French ground game is tight. You know, he's super tight. There's not a whole lot of space there, and you need to create space. If your guy's not giving you space, you need to create your own space by moving, switching hips, pushing away. He's doing absolutely none of that at this point. Not to say that it's the easiest thing in the world to do against Clay, but you got to do something. You can't just lay there and take 25 right hooks to the dome.
This is
He's going to stop this.
I don't understand what happened.
They're not doing any damage, and he stand it back up again, but unless he changes his category, his offensive game plan is going to end up exactly the same.
And it was because of that knee he threw. He's in the position he is in now, in danger of being taken down once again by Clay French. If you're Jason Ireland, you really don't want to be in that position, but I don't know if he's got a small guillotine here, but he doesn't have the full arm wrapped around, obviously.
He has a guillotine in there, but there was that arm was trapped in there, and Clay French just let him put it on him and exert some energy, and that's the end of round 2.
I'll tell you what, Clay French obviously doesn't want this to go to decision. We all remember